organizer of Chicago Ruby and Windy City Rails. He is currently exploring Ruby Motion and iOS. Please welcome Ray.
Thank you, Karen. Good evening, Ignite. Are we ready? Great. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to talk to you about why we need STEM, why we need STEM. STEM is about results. STEM is about getting things done. STEM is the reason why we have airplanes and automobiles and watches and all of the technology that we see around us. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now, when I say we need STEM, I don't want to say to you that we only need STEM. We need the arts and we need the humanities as well. In fact, John Lithgow, the actor, gave a presentation in D.C. of last year where he touched on that very subject, that we're getting all of this publicity around STEM, but we need the arts and the humanities just as much as we need STEM. In the movie Dead Poet Society, how many people saw Dead Poet Society? Great movie, right? Robin Williams, the character played by Robin Williams, said to his students, business, engineering, law, these are all noble pursuits. But these are the things that we need in order to live, but passion and poetry are the things that we live for. So we need the passion and the poetry, and we need STEM. So imagine we have a rose with a stem at the bottom of it. Pun intended. The stem provides nutrients. The rose, the bloom of the rose or the blossom of the rose, that's our arts and humanities. The stem is the infrastructure, provides nutrients, but we need the passion of the rose. We need the reproduction and the beauty. Leonardo da Vinci understood this. This diagram Leonardo da Vinci drew in 1511, before we had ultrasound or x-rays. Clearly, he understood the connection between STEM and art. He was passionate about both. And he wasn't alone. This is Neil deGrasse Tyson. This guy has a doctorate in astrophysics, but if you've ever seen him present, when he talks about science, he's as excited as a big kid. And people have approached him, Dr. Tyson, how do we get our kids excited about science? And he says to them, get out of their way. Kids, when they're born, are natural scientists. We spend the first 2 years of their lives teaching them to walk and talk, and the next 20 years telling them to sit down and shut up. That's not how it works. We want to encourage them, and kids are natural scientists. All of us can do this. Benjamin Franklin was a STEM rock star in his day. He was a diplomat. He went to France and he got us resources so we could win the Revolutionary War. But doors opened for Franklin because he was a STEM rock star. People wanted to know about electricity and the stove. That opened doors for him in France so that he could do his diplomatic work. STEM helped him to be a more effective diplomat. George Washington Carver was a scientist who solved STEM problems in his day. There were problems on farms. Cotton sucked all the nutrients out of the soil. Carver came up with a way to put it back in the soil with peanuts. He solved STEM problems. Grace Hopper, Dr. Grace Hopper, Admiral Grace Hopper was a pioneer in computer science, and we still use Admiral Hopper's work today. We still use her inventions today. And she wasn't just a computer geek. She was on David Letterman. So you can look that up on YouTube. See Grace Hopper, Admiral Grace Hopper on David Letterman. This is the Earth from a distance. You notice there are no geopolitical boundaries. We're all connected. This is a picture that only comes to us through STEM, through science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We get into space and we can see that. Dr. Mae Jemison saw this after she finished medical school. And after she practiced as a physician for many years, she went back and trained as an astronaut, went into space, and now Dr. Jemison runs a program where she encourages young people to go into STEM careers. Some of those young people may end up being like Elon Musk. Elon Musk created SpaceX, which created the first vehicle to dock against the International Space Station, the first privately built vehicle to dock with the International Space Station that you see in the photograph here. Elon Musk also started the company Tesla, which created a very attractive electric automobile. This car performs as fast, accelerates as fast as a gas-powered automobile, but it's electric. It's green. You can be green without being ugly. Take a look at the Tesla. That's the interior of the Tesla right now. So that's an X-51, that's a Boeing X-51, travels at Mach 6 times the speed of sound. What do we do with all this STEM stuff? We know we need STEM, we see all the benefits of STEM. How can we pass this on to our kids? Well, there's some things we're doing here in Chicago. I run a group, and we run a conference called Windy City Rails. We're adding a youth program to Windy City Rails this year. One of the things we're going to do with our youth program is that every youth who comes in is going to get a handheld Linux computer that they'll get to play with during the youth program. At the end of the program, they'll take it home. They'll take it home. They'll play with it. They might invent something. Who knows what they'll invent? They might be like this kid in the UK. His name is James Cox. He's there with his dad, Simon. Simon and James Cox got together and built a supercomputer with these tiny handheld Linux computers and Legos. The little plastic blocks you click together, that's a supercomputer made out of Legos. And that kid, years from now, he might do something with Warp Drive. Warp Drive is under development right now in Mexico. Dr. Miguel Alcubierre, forgive me for mispronouncing your name, doctor. But he's developing Warp Drive right now. This will allow us to travel faster than light without violating the laws of physics we understand today. Let me wrap up. These slides are available right now at rayhightower.com. I want to thank you for listening to me. We need STEM. If you think we need STEM, let's give STEM a hand. Let's do that. Thank you. And thank you for listening.